Hello, friends and gamers. My name is Jinx, and welcome to Operation Hats. This is July 1940, the German ninth turn. Now, as we always do, let's do a bit of a turn summary for the previous turn, turn number 8. Turn 8 was a quiet turn for all parties involved. I think it was a bit of a lull before, the second wave of attacks across the board, but generally a quiet turn. Let's get started with what the Germans are up to. Well, the Germans recovered some territory here in Bessarabia in East Poland from the British, a dastardly raid by them. They captured Norway, increasing their income by about $5. There's still Trondelag that still belongs in British hands, but apart from that, they've captured it. And they did some conv raiding, which was generally quite unsuccessful. I think they only raided out of about 6 or 7 convoy rolls. I think they only took off $4 off the enemy, so very minimal attacks altogether across the board. They moved some forces, the Deutsches Afrika Korps, they moved from down in this direction over to Lower Egypt, and or maybe it was Western Egypt to Lower Egypt, or whatever it is. Cyrenaica all the way to Lower Egypt, that's what it was. And so kind of a quiet turn for those guys, all things considered. A little raid against a Free French cavalry unit in Obongochari, and that's about it. Now for the Soviets, they just saved their money. When they do go to war against a major power, they get to have a discount of $1 for every land unit that they purchase. And so with that in mind, they decided to save their money in anticipation for going to war against the enemy. Here it is. For the motherland, first production phase after the USSR is at war with a major power. All infantry class get a discount. So $69, that's going to be a lot of money saved if they build lots of infantry. So that's kind of what they've got going on this turn. Apart from that, quiet turn for those guys. Nothing too much occurred for them. Now, the Japanese, for their part, also a quiet turn. I don't know if they attacked anybody at all. They have stacking up forces in Kwangtung, maybe another push into Yunnan, but maybe not, because there's already 10 infantry, a militia, 2 cavalry, and 5 anti-aircraft guns. And although there's a sizable amount of ground forces here, I don't know if it's enough to really capture Yunnan off the enemy. So probably just a bit of a calm before any future subsequent attacks anywhere. That's kind of what's going on this turn for them. The Anzac, for their part, kind of collecting themselves in Sydney, otherwise quiet. The FAC moved a transport over into P69 off the coast of Western Australia. A bit of a mystery because it seems like bait. Usually Davik doesn't do things willy-nilly, so I wonder what the reason for this is. Maybe it's just useless for him. Maybe he wants to kind of take away some raiding here by the British battle cruiser, but we're going to take the bait, although it might be a mistake. We're going to trigger this trap just to see what it works like, because I want to learn something new today, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there's nothing bad about capturing this transport. So we're kind of seeing what's going on there. The FAC stacked up 1 extra unit in British Malaya, and a couple more units showed up in Calcutta, or maybe just 2 more units, I think. FAC, that was lend-lease to them, and they built up another infantry, I believe, or something along those lines. A quiet turn nonetheless. And turning our attention to the South African forces, they built 1 infantry here at the minor factory because supply can kind of weasel its way all kinds of different wiggly-waggly ways. And so I thought I could interdict any purchases here, builds here, but actually supply, in theory, I know this is not possible, but in theory, supply can come up this river if it was connected here, and zoom around this way, connect to the railway, and come down here as well. So you could do all kinds of interesting things with supply. In this case, it's much more straightforward. They just go around the backside of Madagascar and come in through South Africa to Cape Town. So interesting. The Free French are probably the most considerable force here in Africa. They have 2 medium armor already, courtesy of, I believe, the Americans, and are bearing down on Cameroon in anticipation of taking and collecting 1 extra buck off the enemy. And apart from that, they have 9 units packed in Abyssinia, a sizable force. The British probably made the more dramatic move with moving the entirety or most of their fleet from the Atlantic into the Mediterranean Sea to M2. And I think they have about 24 units parked here now, which is too much for the Italians to face off against, and basically gives the dominant force, gives domination to the British forces here in the Mediterranean, and force the Italians to withdraw into the Red Sea and also shore up some of their defenses with militia here in their home country territories. Now, the British only have 2 units they could drop off troops on, but with that they captured Sardinia and could in theory capture some of our other territories as well if they are so ambitious to do so, especially considering they have 4 aircraft here plenty of shore bombardment. They could do a lot of damage against our forces if they really decide to do so. Apart from that, their home territories, they've built up a couple forces there as well. And then we have the Americans. I think they spent something on a carrier. There seems to be an extra carrier here. And Lend-Lease to the Free French, the FUC, and the KMT. So that's about it. Turning our attention to the Germans, starting with a tech. We already rolled for tech using the Discord bot there. You just type in a command there. It's /ROLL, and then it rolls 1d12 is what we told it to do, and it rolled 4 dice, 2 successes. We got long range aircraft, heavy armor and advanced subs. That's what we got this turn. Turning our attention to production. We have $70 to spend, and we're spending 69 of it. Finishing 2 battleships, finishing 3 heavy cruisers, 2 advanced subs, 2 transports, 3 infantry, 2 marines, and a Lend-Lease Italian transport that's not going to be interdicted because only subs and aircraft can interdict. Looks like. I think surface warships can block sea zones, but yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. Curious. So that leaves us with $1 left over. And now to combat phase. So starting in the Pacific, we're going to take this bait here that Davika offers us and attack here in sea zone P69 with our battle cruiser, and see if I'm making a mistake. I kind of suspect I might be, but we'll see. A raid going on in P50 with a submarine, 2 raids going on with one with a seaplane, and 1 with a regular sub. Now the reds are going to be our attacking dice, blues the defense, and these black ones are the modifiers that we get. So +2 for the sub, +1 for the seaplane. A raid over here with the sub coming in from the Adriatic Sea into M8, and then over here in the Atlantic Ocean from A29, 2 subs are coming over to A27, doing a convoy raid there, and from A18 to A19, a convoy raid there as well. And then a general attack with 4 fighters into the London factory and 2 strap bombers coming in hot. So that's kind of what's going on this turn. And that's it. That's it for all our attacks. Let's get started with our far east side, our Pacific side, and take off this FEC transport and do a convoy raid here. So let's see what those results are. Oopsie daisy. 5. I think we maxed out both convoy lines here. We have 5 minus 4 is 1, plus 2 is 3. So we got 3 hits here against the enemy. Let's see, let's see. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now, did I fix that? Yeah, I did fix that. Now convoy raid over here, starting with a seaplane. Nothing on that one. And now this guy. Heyo, 5, 6. So that's 4, 5, 6, 6 against the enemy. And I think that maximizes that one as well. We might get lucky and maximize everything this turn. So that's 1 for the East Africa convoy line. And then 1, 2, 3 for this convoy line. And you know what? Let's steal this as we go up here. Did I say that this medium bomber is going to attack Tanganyika? Let's roll for that. Let's roll for the enemy first, which is a miss, and our attack is only a 1. All right, that's next to nothing, but let's do a 1 here. Alrighty. At least we didn't get shot down. All right, turning our attention here. Now we get an extra +1 with our advanced subs. So if we have a wolf pack feature here now, so it means we get to get a +3 on our dice altogether. Okay, minus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we already maximized this convoy line with 6 damage. And this side here doesn't really matter, but just in case I made a mistake, that's +3. So we can't maximize it any further, but just in case. And then this one over here in A19. Oops, you know what? I need to throw it in the air. I can't just flip it. Okay. So +1, 2. We only got 1 on this convoy line. Right? Yeah. +1, 2. Yeah, 7 minus 1. So not as good. So that's the 1 failure we had this turn. And now our attacks into London, rolling these 2 anti-aircraft dice. And I think we succeed in not getting hit. Let's double check on this because there's that slight chance. That it might succeed on a roll of... The enemy might succeed on a roll of 4 and under. But I suspect it's not. I think it is a roll of 3 or less. Defender rolls 1 die up to unlimited number. Does it say? Defender rolls inherent anti-aircraft artillery 1 die per attacking bomber up to unlimited number. You know, does it even say? That's interesting. I'm assuming it's 3. I'm assuming it's 3. I mean, that's what regular anti-aircraft rolls are like. So there wouldn't be a reason to change it. Complexify things if it was. So we managed to avoid the enemy attacks, and now we roll for the damage against that factory. Orange dice rolled really poorly, but otherwise we got 12 damage against that factory. So that's kind of what's going on. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, alright. Well, I don't know where to put this. Leave it there for a bit. Let's delete this. And then we'll organize things a little later on. Alright. So altogether, successes, no big losses here, there, everywhere. So we're doing kind of nicely enough. Now, before we forget, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bucks taken off the enemy. Oh, we forgot one more dice right over here. Ah, nothing there. 11 bucks taken off the enemy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 bucks here, which leaves them with 5 left over. And on the far side, the Anzac, 1, 2, and 1. So yeah, we took off a decent amount of resources off the enemy. Pretty good about that. Or pretty happy about that, I should say. Alright. Now for the non-combat. Let's start with some of the simple stuff and then move on from there. Our seaplane is going to come back to this position here on Madagascar. Our medium bomber is going to come over to Egypt, I think. Yeah, to Egypt. Stack up with those guys there. Now, the Deutsches Afrikakorps, which is going to be, I'll have to lay this out. Light armor, medium armor, motorized, hauling artillery, and this infantry is going to be railed. We're going to go to Nubia. So keep in mind there's a rail connecting there, and one of those guys cruise down with the rail. Yeah. That's it. Now we're going to pick up this airborne and this infantry, and this transport's going to come into the Red Sea as well, and we're going to drop these 2 infantry units off in Nubia as well. This this infantry is going to go from southern Iraq to Transjordan. Yeah. This destroyer is going to come across into this port here. Now, I don't think the enemy can bomb me in an enemy port. I don't think that works. This infantry is going to walk from southern Italy into Sicily. And that is it for the for this side of the world. Cavalry is going to go 2 spaces to Yugoslavia. 1 infantry is going to go from Bulgaria north to Romania. 1 airborne is going to be picked up by this transport, this air transport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to land over here. In Western Germany. An infantry is going to walk from East Poland into Central Poland. And this mechanized infantry is going to come across to Warsaw. Good. Now I have some things marked out here for railing units. So I have 3 units here. A blue division plus 2 infantry are going to go rail down. Oh, you know what? This could probably wait, but let's just leave it for now. And we're going to go down south. Southern Italy. And 2 infantry going to go over. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Lazio. And then 1 from Denmark's also going to come down into this area, into Rome. Cavalry is going to come from Switzerland into Yugoslavia. And these 2 cavalry are going to come to northern Italy from Alsace-Lorraine. This cavalry is going to come from Picardy to Switzerland. Alright. This tactical bomber. Well, you know what? I might break apart this group, Army Group B. Army Group B is going to go here, but we're going to set up a new army group in Normandy. Let's start stacking some units here. All right. I think that makes sense. We're going to move an infantry into Belgium, a medium armor into Belgium as well. This tactical bomber is going to come across to Normandy. So that's what's going on there. All right, this fighter from Denmark is going to go all the way down to Normandy. Now we're going to send these two strat bombers are going to go back into Western Germany. And then we're going to send 3 fighters here. Oh yeah, doesn't want to stand. Okay. And then I'm going to land 2 fighters. Ah, come on. 2 fighters back here. This coastal defense ship is going to go in port over here in Normandy. I'm actually going to leave 1 fighter in Western Germany, and then 4 are going to be in Normandy. This torpedo boat destroyer is going to go in port in A11. This destroyer is going to come off the coast of America here in A5. Sorry, Normandy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into port here. And these 2 ships, plus this marine, the battleship and the transport, going to go over into port in A11. Kind of a mess over here now. There we have it. Leaving 1 infantry behind. I don't know if we tuck this underneath. Maybe that's the best course of action. All right. Did I cover everything I needed to? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it's looking pretty okay. The only difference is I think I will send one more medium armor is going to come across to Belgium. All right, that about does it for us. I can't think of anything else that needs to be done on this theater. I did take care of the southern theater here with the medium bomber, seaplane landed. This is all good. I think we're doing all right. So now we go to the place unit phase. Oh, you know what? Let's do recruitment while it's fresh in my mind. So we got 2 dice rolls here. We got 1 for the Nationalists and 1 for Free France. Okay, this is a 7 and this is an 11. So both missed this turn. All right. Now I go to put our units on the board. I'm just gonna, let's just see if I can grab everything like this. I'll go like that. Uh-oh. And where do we build them, you ask? Well, we have to build them in their home. Oh, you know what? I flipped them all over. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna build these units in port. Man, why are these battleships so dang big? I don't think they need to be that big. Let's reduce their size. You know what? Let's just make sure they're all the uniform size. Okay, those are built there. These two transports will be built there as well. Heavy cruiser is going to be built here as well. How come these are? That's curious. Let's see if I've made a flaw here. That one sits on service. I must have done something weird. Okay, then we have two heavy cruisers are going to be built in port over here in Western Germany, but on the other side there. These two subs are going to be built in port. Oh, come on. Yeah, for some reason oh yeah, I just had them upside down. So these advanced subs are going to be built right later. All right, this transport's going to be built and put in port in northern Italy. And then I have these fellas to build. It's going to be built here. Can build one infantry in Warsaw, one infantry in Romania, and two marines are going to be built in Western Germany. Come on, find a spot. There we go. And we're going to build one in Paris, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Can't think of anything else that needs to be changed. We didn't increase our income. We sit at 55 still. We've taken care of that. I think that will about do it. Let's give ourselves 71 bucks. That's what it works out to. 55, 71, 55 plus our bonuses plus the $1. Let's see. 55, 60, 65, 70 plus the $1. Yeah, 71 bucks. I do feel like I'm forgetting something, but perhaps not. One thing I will say just for the fun of it is over here, I've been tracking like the combined income of all the Axis, including their bonuses. So the Axis have 130 bucks to spend each turn, collectively across all the Axis. The Soviets have, let's do the British next. The Allies have 82 bucks to spend collectively, and the Soviets have 50 bucks to spend collectively. So kind of interesting how that goes. Oh, you know what? I did miss something. Maybe I missed it last turn too. So 55, maybe I did, because I didn't increase my income. So 55, there's 60. There is, over here we have 70. And here we have, sorry, 55, 60, 65, 71, plus 4. Plus 4. So I need to retroactively give myself $4 for this turn. And I think $4 for last turn as well, unless I'm very much mistaken. 2, 3, 4. And I think I need to give myself $4 for this past turn. I'll just buy an extra infantry. If that's cool with everybody, to kind of retroactively give myself an infantry. I'll put it in Western Germany. Because I'd have 4 extra bucks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I don't think there's anything else I would like to do. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm pretty cool with that. Because $4, I could buy myself another submarine. Nah, we'll leave it as is. an extra infantry that will do the job nicely. All right, that'll conclude it for the German turn. Thank you all for watching. So I have in the next turn 72 bucks. Do I have the same problem? Hold on. So I had 70. I should have 74. I spent 69. That gives me $5 left over. Now I built an infantry, so I'd have $2 left. And now I'm in the same boat, so that'd be 74 plus 2. So 76 to spend on the subsequent turn. Pretty sure that's right. 69 plus 3 is 72, plus the 4 from Vichy. Yeah, 76. So I think that's where I'm at. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for your patience there at the end as well. I appreciate it. And we hand it across to the next opponent there. 5-star general playing as the Russians. Thanks all. Cheers.